Adapting to the audience with expert writing techniques. Hi, I'm Bill Carmody. When you want to effectively adapt your writing, know your audience. Start by researching your audience to understand their needs, their interests, and tailor your message accordingly. Use the right tone. Choose a tone that aligns with your audience's expectations and emotions. For example, use a formal tone to be appropriate for a business audience, while a friendly tone may be better for social media posts. By adapting the right tone to the right audience framework, it's going to help them really feel connected to you in the context in which you're speaking with them. Use simple language. Avoid using complex language or technical terms that may confuse or alienate your audience. Instead, use clear and concise language that is easy to understand. So when you're adapting your language, think about what's the minimum conversation you need to have with your audience so they truly understand what you're up to. If you start telling these long-winded stories, or you lose the point, or you use language and jargon, you've completely lost your opportunity to connect with your audience. Use an active voice. Write an active voice, which means take the message to make your message more engaging and increase the chance that your audience will take action. A passive voice is almost like third party. It doesn't really matter that much. When you're writing in an active voice, you're making sure that you're engaging your audience in the here and the now. This is what's happening right now in this moment, and we have an active conversation together. Address the audience directly. Use pronouns like you and the other second person pronouns to address the audience directly, making their message feel more personal and relevant. So rather than talking to this amorphous mass, think of one person that represents your audience and speak to them directly. When I'm writing proposals, sometimes I'll think about putting a picture right next to my computer so that every time I'm writing, I'm thinking about that individual. It personalizes the message, even if that message is going out to a lot of people, because ultimately I'm really being clear about the message that I want to say to one person. It's so much easier to write for one person than an amorphous mass. Include visuals. Incorporate visuals such as images, video, graphics to help convey information and keep the audience engaged. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and a short video clip can get right to the heart of it. Lastly, show, don't tell. Use concrete examples and stories to illustrate your points rather than solely relying on abstract concepts and theories. So go right to the heart of it. This is the example that you want to use to illustrate your point. I like to think about it as a chameleon. If you're trying to adapt your messaging, your marketing, what is the environment you're in, and what are the changes that you would need to be effective? So when you're thinking about this work, it's really important to continue to think about what are the places where you would want to evolve your messaging architecture to really support the needs of your changing audience. If you have different audiences, you don't want to treat them the same. You want to think about where are they in their life? What is their purchase decision? What are the things they're thinking about? What's impacting them as they're considering your message? If you can look at as many environmental factors as possible and thinking about even context, like are they watching your video or reading your message on their phone? Or are they watching it on a billboard or in a magazine? Like where are they engaging with you? And thinking about what else is going on. Maybe they have a screaming baby in the background, or maybe they only have a few minutes to be able to look at your message before they move on to their next thing. If it's in an email, they're literally like looking at the subject line, scanning, and they're going to click or not click. So adapting your message to those different environments helps make sure that you're really hitting the right point with the people you're trying to connect with. The more you do this, the easier it gets.